Yeah, well, I shouldn't have called this the Bhagavatam class, even though I've read the Bhagavatam so much. But I'm going to do this different. I'm doing this different because I have to. You know, and any of you that cannot vibe with my approach, well, don't. At least I have the heart to be real unto myself. You know, so all your little criticisms and, you know, surreptitious mockeries, I laugh at you, just as you laugh at me. I face death every day. I think about death every day. Every day I think about death. It seems so close to me every day. I think about things like this. If one were to open up their eyes, right, they would then see that no image is actually more sacred than another. None. But then again, one has to be fearless in order to perceive in such a manner. Tattvamasi. You are that which you only think you are seeking. My heart embraces all paths, and yet I realize that this means that I really have none, because my all-pervading Godhead won't allow me to be so petty. See, that is how I am. Absorbed. I try to remain in the Advaita Chaitanya, non-dual consciousness. And so, any of you hypocrites within my cyber presence, because you wouldn't be able to be around my physical presence unless you were lying to me, but as soon as I find out that anyone from my physical presence is a hypocrite, out or I leave. Either they go out or I leave. So most of the time, I'm alone. Because I really don't care about any phony presence. But in the cyber world, you know, people take liberties. They think they know so much. So if you're a hypocrite, simply ignore me. What's it to you? Yes, whether styling yourselves as religious or atheists, agnostic, or all too material pseudoscientists, I only want real people around me. I have no need whatsoever for pompous spittles of any and all sorts. And so, on that note, I will continue providing my take, yes, my personal spin on the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam. For there be jewels in this rendition, which I am reading, too many to enumerate actually. However, there is still some tampering, yes, distortions of which I will have no part. For example, we are in the Naimisharanya forest, right? And this group of sages, assembly of sages, surrounded, led by a great sage named Shaunaka. They appoint a celebrated speaker known as Sutta. Sutta means celebrated speaker. His name is Ugrashrava. Though Ugrashrava Goswami is speaking, So they're asking him questions, and one of the questions they ask him, because Vyasa, Ugrashrava Goswami had a guru named Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva had many disciples, but two of his disciples he was able to teach them the cream of all Vedic knowledge. And one of them was his very own son, Shukadeva Goswami, and the other one was this celebrated speaker, Ugrashrava. So they are asking him about Shukadeva Goswami, because how he was born and things like that, because Shukadeva, he was a very liberated soul. More liberated than Vyasadeva. So they're curious about this Shukadeva, and they're asking Ugra, because Ugra learned right alongside Shukadeva. So he knew them both very intimately, Vyasa and Shuka. So they're asking him how he was born, right? And by which wife of Vyasadeva was he born? And they're saying, you have just told us that Shukadeva was not born from the womb in a natural way. He was born of the dry pieces of wood from fire sacrifices. But we heard that the great ascetic was a yogi even in his mother's womb. So what does this mean? So a great doubt comes to our minds. Please remove this doubt today. And so Ugra says, in long days past, Satyavati's son, the mother of Vedavyasa was Satyavati, his father was Parashara. Vedavyasa, while in his own hermitage a long time ago, on the banks of the river Saraswati, was greatly wondering, full of wonder, to see a pair of chatakas, a pair of sparrows. He saw these sparrows. He saw these two sparrows putting food in the beak of their young one, just born of the egg. Such a beautiful sparrow, with a red mouth and a greasy body, because it was just born. So they saw the way they would take care of this baby sparrow. They would even deny their own hunger. They would not even care about themselves, just care about the baby sparrow, nurturing the young one. He was observing this, you see. They were rubbing their bodies over the body of the young one to give it warmth, and lovingly kissing the mouth of the young sparrow, and feeling the highest pleasure like this. Seeing this wonderful affection of two sparrows towards their young, Vedavyasa became very anxious and thought over in his mind that he would also like a young one, a child, because he was, for the longest time, he was an ascetic. He was going without, companionship. It seems like, this happens, And then sometimes people, instead of seeing it as a way of just growing, evolving, learning about what self is, then they turn it into this proud thing, this pride. Oh, I'm so renounced. I am, just look at me. I'm so above it all. But by and by, as you go deeper and deeper and deeper, you even let go of this foolish pride of how renounced you are. And it comes right back down to the simple things in life. So you started wondering, you started feeling this angst. Right? But then this is where we come to this point, right? He starts saying things that according to the Vedas, right, according to all orthodoxies, It is said that there is no prospect in the afterlife for those who have not had a son. And he goes on and on and on and on. Doesn't mention a daughter, he mentions a son. And you see, so it's not just the Bible and the Quran and all this and all that have been distorting things. It starts from the very Vedic teachings themselves. Not the Vedic teachings per se, but the actual